accompanied with the
Hey, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on a limb. Hello from San Salvador. Yes, I'm here in El Salvador, which is my 115th country. Where I'm at right now is actually a fancy mall by a couple of hotels. Actually, by the hotel that I'm actually staying this weekend. So it's actually not very touristy here. It's actually more local, more commercial. But I'm actually here to explore San Salvador, which is, look, Zara's behind me. But San Salvador is actually a city that I've always wanted to come. Actually, El Salvador is a country that I've always wanted to come because in the past, it was actually plagued by high homicide rate, gang wars, and all of that. So because of that, I actually couldn't come. But now, thanks to its self-described coolest dictator in the world, President Bukele, I can actually come here because it's really safe now. In fact, I think last year, the homicide rate is actually lower than that of Canada. So yeah, this is actually a great progress, but of course, there are people who argue that this is actually at a cost of imprisoning about 20-something thousand gang members without any legal rights or any rights to defend themselves. I mean, I think it was to a point where, if someone thinks someone is a gang member, he or she can call up and that person can get arrested without any due course or due legal course to protect the person. But I think there are also some people that have actually been released since the great arrest a couple of years ago. So it's really, I'm actually kind of torn because, it's like liberty versus safety. But I kind of understand why President Bukele has a high approval rating because about 80% of people actually gave him the nod of approval because it's actually really safe here. And because of that, it has created a lot of opportunities, especially in the tourism sector. And also President Bukele has actually invested a lot in education and infrastructure and technology. So really moving the country in the right path. The people here, I've actually talked to a couple of people, did not grow up knowing what real safety was.
The person says that,
So
start with the security and everything.
for all your life, you had only known this kind of dangerous situation,
Yes.
right?
And believing now that it's safe, it's, I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Really?
Being honest with you, yes.
Like you would leave the house and look left and look right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
my community is guns,
Okay.
and the community of my friends is another guns, and I cannot visit it.
Oh, so you couldn't visit your friend because there were another gang there.
Yeah, another guy said,
And-
"Hey, what do you think here?"
Oh, really?
Give me your ID, and I said, "No, I'm living in the other side." "Oh no, you cannot here," and in case disappear me or kill me.
Really?
Yeah, but it was
So-
very crazy.
Wow,
dangerous.
even visiting friends in different neighborhoods
yeah, we
was
can-
not
we
a
cannot-
possible thing. So can't really blame them for actually, supporting the means to get to the actual safety right now because they're really enjoying it at the moment and they deserve it. But anyways, so I'm here in San Salvador, gonna check out the city. I'm just here for a weekend. Decided to come here last minute, so I'm gonna check out the city. It's actually rainy season here. That's why it's cloudy, but I'm just glad it's not raining right now. But I'm just gonna check out the city, eat some pupusa because pupusa is the national dish here in El Salvador. So come go on a limb with me and we'll check out what this new safe haven looks like thanks to the coolest dictator in the world. Folks, before we start, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notify button for new contents that I upload weekly. Muchas gracias. So Station Park is a popular urban park with a memorial for those casualties of the 12-year civil war the country had. It's actually quite heartbreaking to see this. The park itself is actually really nice. It's pretty much like the Central Park of San Salvador. There is some beautiful architecture in the city, including the original hospital and the various universities catering to the young minds of the city. By the way, the crosswalk here is merely for suggestion. Cars don't really stop for pedestrians. There are several churches in the city, including Basilica Sagrado Corazon, which is one of the oldest churches here. Built in 1913, its floor was donated by the Italian government and its ceiling by the Belgian government. You see many street vendors in the city. Many sell pupusas and the popular drink horchata, and US dollars is actually accepted here, which makes it easy for US travelers. It's like going to Florida. Vendors used to populate this main street of the city rent-free, but the city government built a market forcing them to pay rent under one roof. Now some simply refuse and still set up shops on the side streets. Liberty Plaza is one of the main squares in San Salvador, and on one of its sides is where the popular Iglesia El Rosario Church can be found. Now, once the church provided refuge to some folks during the Civil War, and they were hiding in here for a week with no food or water, but all miraculously survived. While not appealing outside, once you walk inside, just take a look on your left as well as on your right, and you'll be amazed. The natural lighting coming through the layered windows creates such a picturesque scene. Next to Liberty Plaza is the Captain Gerardo Barrios Plaza that's filled with pigeons. By the way, parents, don't let your kids play with these flying rats. On one side of this plaza, you'll find the National Library of El Salvador. The building was actually donated by the Chinese government, and they sure won't let you forget it. This is President Bukele's vision, by the way, of shaping the minds of young Salvadorans and keep them off the streets. The library even offers Nintendo games, but youth have to prove they have read a book before playing. Ingenious. On the top floor of the library, you'll see a view of the plaza and National Palace of El Salvador, as well as the Metropolitan Cathedral of San Salvador. By the way, there are cops everywhere in the city to keep you safe. Thumbs up to that. After all the walking, the best place close to the plaza for refreshment is Tipico's Mimita, where various pupusas are served. Now, pupusa is a thick griddle cake of flat bread popular in this region that's usually made with cornmeal or rice flour, and it's filled with beans, pork, chicharrones, as well as cheese. Now, the correct way of eating a pupusa is to scoop out a hefty amount of curtido, which is similar to German sauerkraut or Korean kimchi. Put some spicy salsa on it, and tear a piece of the pupusa and use it to scoop up the curtido and put it in your mouth. Muy delicioso. You can try to be bougie and eat it with knife and fork, but not recommended. So there you have it. I think this is a great time to come to San Salvador or even the country because it is safe now and the locals are super friendly, wanting to welcome foreigners to see their once dangerous but now safe home. Let's hope the safety will last for a while.